Have you ever felt an unseen hand guiding you through chaos? A quiet strength that emerges only when everything falls apart? The ancients didn't call it luck. They called it providence. And according to the Stoics, the most pragmatic philosophers in history, this divine protection isn't a mystery reserved for a chosen few. It shows itself in specific, undeniable ways. And if you've experienced these signs, it means you're not just lucky, you're aligned. Welcome, gentlemen. Today, we are not talking about a God who grants wishes. We are talking about the Stoic Logos, the divine rational intelligence that orders the universe. To be under its protection is not to live a life of ease. It is to live a life of purpose, equipped with an inner fortitude that makes you immune to the chaos of fate. Your divine protection is not a shield that stops the arrows. It is the training that allows you to stand firm, catch the arrow, and use it as fuel for your own fire. If you have experienced these 4 signs, it means the universe isn't happening to you. It is happening for you. Before we dive into the signs, we need to understand the Stoic battlefield. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled a plague-ridden empire, Seneca, the advisor who faced exile and forced suicide, Epictetus, the slave who won his freedom through philosophy. They all started with one non-negotiable principle. It's called the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, in his Enchiridion, opens with this thunderbolt of truth. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, our reputation, our office, and in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. This is the bedrock. Divine protection begins the moment you stop wasting your energy on what you cannot control, the market, other people's opinions, the weather, and you focus all your might on what you can, your judgments, your character, your actions. This is the first and most fundamental agreement with the universe. When you live by this rule, you are, by definition, living in harmony with the Logos. You are under its protection. Now, let's see how this protection manifests in your life. Sign 1. The gift of obstacles. The path is forged in resistance. The first and most counterintuitive sign is this. You begin to see obstacles not as impediments, but as the very path itself. The average man seeks a smooth road. He prays for comfort and ease. But the man under divine protection understands a profound secret. The universe trains its finest soldiers not in peace, but in war. Marcus Aurelius, while leading brutal military campaigns on the German front, wrote this reminder to himself. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let's break this down. The impediment to action advances action. The very thing blocking you is a test of your resolve. It demands a new strategy, greater focus, and more courage. It forces you to advance. What stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle is not a detour from your path. It is your path, that difficult conversation you need to have. That is the path to integrity. That financial struggle, that is the path to resourcefulness. That betrayal, that is the path to self-reliance. Seneca, in his essay on Providence, asks a piercing question. Why do so many difficulties confront the good man? And his answer is legendary. Fire tests gold, adversity tests the brave. The universe is not punishing the good man. It is promoting him. It is putting him through the necessary trials to separate him from the mediocre, from the weak. How do you know this is divine protection? Because the universe is giving you exactly what you need to become stronger. It is treating you like a father who toughens his son, not a babysitter who coddles a child. That project that failed, it taught you a lesson a success never could. That person who left your life, they made space for someone who aligns with your purpose, or better yet, They forced you to find that purpose within yourself. Your protection is not the absence of fire, it is the ability to walk through it and be refined. When you look at a challenge and a part of you deep down says, "Good, this is where I prove myself," that is the Logos speaking through you. That is the first sign you are under divine protection. Sign 2, the birth of the inner citadel. The second sign is perhaps the most coveted. You cultivate an unshakable inner citadel, a peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. While those around you are tossed on a sea of anxiety, anger, and fear, their happiness dictated by the morning news, a stock market ticker, or a stranger's comment, you remain anchored. This is not numbness. This is the supreme power of a mind that has mastered itself. This was the ultimate goal for the Stoic. They called it apatheia, not apathy, but a state of being free from the destructive, irrational passions. It is the clarity that comes when you are not a slave to your emotions. Epictetus, the slave who became a master teacher, gave us the ultimate mental model for this. He said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." Think about that. The event itself is neutral. It is your story about the event, your judgment, that creates the suffering. Losing money is neutral. Your judgment that it's a catastrophe creates the panic. A critical comment is neutral. Your judgment that it's a devastating blow to your ego creates the anger. The man under divine protection has done the hard work of interrogating his own judgments. He has built a fortress within. This inner citadel is your divine protection. It is the Logos within you. When you are insulted and you feel no urge for revenge, that is protection. When you face financial loss and your first thought is not "why me," but "what now?" that is protection. When chaos erupts around you and your heart rate stays steady, your mind clear, that is not a psychological trick. That is the divine reason asserting itself through a disciplined vessel. How do you know this is divine protection? Because you have become unhindered. The outside world, which controls so many men, has lost its power over you. You are free. That is the second sign. Sign 3, the compass of virtue. The third sign moves from the internal to the active. You feel a deep, compelling, and non-negotiable pull towards virtuous action, even when it is difficult or offers no external reward. This is where divine protection becomes your moral compass. It's no longer just about your inner peace, it's about your conduct in the world. The protected man is not just strong and calm, he is good. He does the right thing for the right reason, because it is his nature to do so. Seneca, in his Moral Letters to Lucilius, writes, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." This is your directive. The protected man sees every interaction as a chance to practice virtue. The rude cashier is an opportunity for patience. The struggling colleague is an opportunity for compassion. The dishonest shortcut is an opportunity for integrity. This goes deeper. It's about your duty. Marcus Aurelius relentlessly reminded himself of his role. "I am born to do this, to be a man. And if I am, then the court is my province, or the camp, or the market. Wherever I find myself, I can be a man." To be a man is to fulfill your function with virtue. Wherever you are, in the boardroom, the workshop, your home, you have a duty to act with wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. How do you know this is divine protection? Because this inner compass consistently guides you away from paths that would corrupt your soul and towards actions that strengthen it. That gut feeling that tells you not to cheat, even when you can't get caught. That is protection. The urge to speak the truth, even when it's unpopular, that is protection. The willingness to help a rival because it is the right thing to do, that is the Logos working through you. Sign 4, the flow of acceptance. Amor fati, the love of fate. The fourth and most advanced sign is the ultimate surrender to the divine will. You not only accept everything that happens, you love it. You see every event, every so-called good and bad fortune, as a necessary and welcome part of your destiny. The Stoics called this amor fati, the love of one's fate. This is the summit. This is where you move from harmony with the logos to a joyful partnership with it. You look back on your life, the triumphs, the heartbreaks, the seemingly random twists, and you see a perfect curriculum designed for your specific soul's education. The most famous expression of this comes from the later philosopher Nietzsche, who was deeply influenced by the Stoics. My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. How do you know this is divine protection? Because you have been freed from the tyranny of what if. You are no longer at war with reality. You have become a conscious, willing participant in the story the universe is writing with your life. The feeling is one of profound trust, a deep, unshakable knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, experiencing exactly what you need to experience to fulfill your purpose. This is the Stoic's armor, forged in the fires of adversity, tempered in the waters of inner peace, articulated by the compass of virtue, and worn with the love of fate. The universe isn't here to carry you. It's here to forge you into the man who can carry the world. Now go and build your fortress. If you enjoyed this video, like and hit the subscribe button for more Stoic wisdom. Till next time, this is Stoic Thinker.